Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground is brought to you by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
The idea for the game came with having kids and trying to think of a game that would be fun to play with. Wanted a game where the kids, my kids, and their friends could all play. So I made it a 2 to 8 player game. And that way no one's sitting on the sidelines. This was actually designed back about 2000, year 2000 there. That's when it started. From that point on, it's evolved a lot of different ways. Initially, I was going to have another artist do the drawing and all the work there, but I guess it kind of became apparent that what was in my head as a vision wasn't going to happen unless I put it on the paper or on the computer in this case. I try to keep the game surprising and keep people engaged and actively engaged in the action that's happening on the board itself. They're not just waiting for their turn to happen. So they have to pay attention because, you know, about 5 people are vying for the same treasure they are now. So the problem is what I put on the computer looks really good, but then when it comes to printing it, it looks a little different than that. And so being a perfectionist with how it looks for the customer, I've had to make a lot of samples to come up with something that comes close to my vision for what it should look like. When I first got the computer, I didn't know anything. I did it in Paint, which is all just pixels and no special effects whatsoever. My son borrowed me a copy of Photoshop, and I got playing with that and decided that this is fun. This is pretty neat, and it can make my visions happen. I'm very critical of my own work and how it turns out, and so I always see something that could be tweaked and made that much better. This is a real experimentation there. Looks like dark menacing water there. This looks like a nasty version of the game with the shark looks more like a realistic shark, I guess, as opposed to cartoon. And of course the earliest one, that looked the nastiest with the eyeball there and the sharper looking teeth, if you will, around the volcano in the center. I fully appreciate that I am not an artist, but with you know, Photoshop, it can help you become sort of an artist, not a Da Vinci or anything like that, a Monet or anything. But I don't know. I can do stuff that I didn't expect I'd be able to do. Make a couple of buttons, produce a watery, bubbly effect was really cool. When I saw that could happen, it's like, wow, I might be able to do something here. And then of course the special effects, making the letters kind of chrome looking, sort of an Indiana Jones adventure font there with a little bit of distortion to the font. Doing gradual color changes with gradient. Giving things dimension, give them some dimension rather than just flat cardboard cutout type characters. I kind of wanted to keep it a fantasy look to it, sort of a cartoon look to it, a fun feel to the artistry. So I think I've done that. At some point I have to let go and say, you know, I guess everyone else says it's good enough, so I guess it's good enough. I'll keep tweaking on it and make it better.
If you enjoyed this segment of Lakeland Public Television's Common Ground, consider making a contribution at lptv.org. If you have segment ideas pertaining to North Central Minnesota, contact us at legacy@lptv.org. Common Ground is funded by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund by the vote of the people on November 4th, 2008.